My name is Alan Kemper. I am a business professor at Point University, and one of the classes I get to teach is organizational leadership. In this class we take a very practical approach to leadership, and we ask the students to do the practice of leadership, to get out into the world and actually lead their peers in a very practical way.
For Kemper's organizational leadership class, we chose the Boys and Girls Club for our project. We decided to do mentorship dates with them to connect with the children, build a relationship with the leaders and also the kids in order to provide an event called Games for Good, where we donated supplies such as kitchen supplies, school items. We also donated a ping pong table, and we had a big event where we had food, we played games with the kids and hung out with them for the day.
So our project was for Well Roots of LaGrange/Troup County. They're new to the area, and so we wanted to help with the awareness. They're a foster care network, so we really wanted to help people become aware of them and people who might want to volunteer as a foster family to get in touch with them and just to help out the community as a whole.
The process was very challenging. The way that we measured our success was set small goals to reach the end goal, and even though everything didn't go according to plan, we still met and achieved some of our small goals.
My group worked with the Chattahoochee Humane Society, and for our project we recruited a bunch of volunteers and went down and had a couple work days. On those work days we did different things like beautification of the property. We cleaned up the hedges, leaves, we put dog beds together, and we also cleaned out the dog kennels.
So Save a Life, they were established in 1985. They're a nonprofit organization that helps pregnant girls who are coming from homes that are in conflict or financial conflict. Our goal in serving them, we wanted to make an impact. We knew that donations were going to be hard to come by with limited time and with our schedules being athletes. So she mentioned a baby shower, and we jumped all on that, and she said that the girls would really appreciate that.
The organization that my team worked with was Holsten Souls, based out of Wadley, Alabama. The headquarters is actually in Nashville, Tennessee, and we were able to help them manually, like with labor. Also with giving them a donation, a surprise donation. We were able to surprise Mr. Michael Brown with that today.
We invested 540 man-hours in and out of class. That includes over 200 hours working on a conference table. That was the centerpiece of the room. And then the rest of the time was spent on weekends, long days and nights, sometimes until 12 o'clock at night.
So what we did was we had a husband and a wife volunteer to help us with the donations. And they gave us all their donations. We didn't have to pay them anything. And they also volunteered all their time, about 15 hours in all. We sold Christmas ornaments. There's 3 different types. They said Merry and Bright, Merry Christmas, and Oh Holy Night.
Fundraising is very difficult, and I have a new respect for every nonprofit or every company that works strictly off of donations. It is a long process, and I'm very grateful for the people who are able to succeed in that field.
I think one thought that I would really like to share would be don't micromanage your team, especially if you are the leader. People are capable of doing things when you ask them to. Sometimes they need reminders, but it's not all on you to finish the project. Rely on them more than you do yourself.
I learned that getting people to understand your drive and your vision can be very difficult, and really motivating people to come along with what you're trying to convince them to do can be exceptionally hard unless they're on board with what you're trying to accomplish.
I just want to say I'm super proud of the men and women of character that we have at Point University. This year, in a class of 30 students, they delivered over $50,000 worth of donated items to the community organizations that they partnered with. Over 750 man-hours were given to these projects, and the degree of both heart and compassion that these students showed for the community organizations that they worked with, in addition to the level of leadership that they were able to demonstrate in moving and mobilizing other students and community members to contribute to these organizations, is really phenomenal.